Okay, good morning, everyone. I am Teacher Jarrett, and today we are going to be learning how to read maps and find our way around a town, okay? Okay, so let's start reading, and we can learn about the essential question, which is how can you find your way around? Read about places in town, okay? So our genre is nonfiction. And we know it's nonfiction because we can see the book or the story includes real people, right? Okay, so let's read all of this together. And then we'll go to this next page and read the story. Genre, non-fiction. Essential question. How can you find your way around? Read about places in a town. Okay, so we can see here's a little boy and he's got binoculars and he's looking. He's trying to figure out where to go, right? Okay, so let's read the title of this story. Who can tell me the title of the story? If you know, raise your hand. Okay, I want you to tell me. What's the title? Yes, the title is Which Way on the Map? Very good. Okay. So we can see there's a little girl there, and she's probably friends with the little boy, and they're going to go around their town to places on the map. Okay. All right, so let's go to the next page. Mitch and Steph live in a big town. There is a lot to see. Let's walk around with them. Okay, so here's Mitch. And who is this? Do you know? Do you know who that is? If you know, raise your hand. Oh, I want you to tell me. Who is that? Yes, that is Steph, right? Steph is the girl and Mitch is the boy. And they are going to walk around their town to see lots of things, okay? We can see they're ready to walk around because they have a hat on to protect their face from the sun, and they have a water bottle and a backpack, right? And even a flashlight. They are so prepared. So let's read this together. Mitch and Steph live in a big town. There is a lot to see. Let's walk around with them. Okay? So remember, walk means to move your legs. So you walk. And then around means you just go around, you just go in a certain area and you see as much as you can see, okay? Or it can mean to walk in a circle, right? You start here and you walk all the way around and come back where you started. Okay, let's go to the next page. Wow. Does anyone know what this is? Can anyone tell me what this is? Okay, I want you to raise your hand if you know. Oh, you know, I want you to tell me. Yes, it's a map. And the name of the town is Chatham, right? Okay, so this is the town on a map. It shows each place in town. So remember, a place is somewhere you can go, right? Like City Hall or the school or the shoe store or the fire station. Those are all places, right? All right, let's read this together. This is the town on a map. It shows each place in town. Okay. Now let's go to the next page. This place has red bricks. See the red bricks? Many children go here. Mitch and Steph go here too. Which place is this? Well, does anyone know what place this is? It's a place with lots of children, and they go and they read books, and they have teachers. Oh, I saw you. I think you know what it is. What is it? Yes, it's a school. Very good. Many children go to school, and Mitch and Steph go here too. Okay, so let's read this together. This place has red bricks. Many children go here. Mitch and Steph go here too. Which place is this? And we said it's the school, right? Yeah, very good. Okay, can you spot it on the map? Now here, it means the school. So can you spot the school on the map? Is it here? No, this is white. The school has red bricks, right? Is it here? No, this is another white building and the school is red. Is it here? Yes, yes, this is the school. We found it on the map, okay? Here, I'll circle it just to make sure. See, there's the school. Okay. So let's read this together. Can you spot it on the map? Okay, very good. Now let's go to the next page. Look, it's a park or a playground. This place is by a lake. People chat on benches. Mitch and Steph will run and play catch. It is such fun. Which place is this? We just said it is a park or a playground, right? So if it's by the lake, that means it's very close to the lake, okay? It's right next to it. So here's the lake, here's the park. If this were the lake and this were the park, then the park is not by the lake, okay? All right, so we can see there's people on the benches and they're talking or chatting. Mitch and Steph, I don't see them, but maybe they're running around and playing catch. So catch is when you have a ball and you throw it and the other person catches it, right? Do you think this is fun? Yeah, I think it's fun too. Yeah, all right, so let's read this together now. This place is by a lake. People chat on benches. Mitch and Steph will run and play catch. It is such fun. Which place is this? Okay. Look. Can you spot it on the map? Well, let's see. Is it here? No. Is it here? No, that's the school. Well, here's the lake, right? We can see the boat. And we know that the park is by the lake, right? So is it this? Yes, it is. Here is the playground or the park, right? It is right by the lake. See that? Here's the lake, and on this side of the line is the park. Okay? So you are so smart. You found it. Now let's read this together. Can you spot it on the map? We already did. Yay! All right, let's go to the next page. This place has a big box. Mitch and Steph stop and get stamps. They drop a letter in the big box. Which place is this? Well, here's the big box, right? And it's a place they buy stamps. So, who thinks they know what it is? If you know, raise your hand. Oh, I want you to tell me. Yes, this place is the post office. Very good. You can see here, right? Post office. Okay. And the big box is the post box or the mailbox, right? Yeah. All right, let's read this together. This place has a big box. Mitch and Steph stop and get stamps. They drop a letter in the big box. Which place is this? Very good. And remember, we talked before about the postman, and the postal clerk, right? So the clerk is inside this building and he sells you stamps. So you give him money and he gives you stamps, or she gives you stamps. And the postman or postwoman takes your letter, right? And then they give it to the person you are sending it to. Okay? Good job. All right. Let's go to the next page. Can you spot it on the map? Well, let's find the post office. Remember, it has a big box in front of it. Is it this? No, that's a restaurant, right? Is it this? Do you see a box? No, that's not it either. Is it this? Look, there's a big box. And it's the post office. Yay! Here is the post office, right? And it's got the big box right there. See that? Okay, so now let's keep reading. Where can Mitch and Steph get lunch? Check the map, okay? So let's read all of this first, and then we will talk about where they can get lunch, okay? So, can you spot it, the post office, on the map? We did, it's right here. Now, where can Mitch and Steph get lunch? Check the map. Okay, so here is the word lunch, and it looks like a restaurant, right? Because it has tables in it. So this is probably where they can get lunch. But we also see the market here, right? So if Mitch and Steph want to just get an apple or an orange, they could go here for a snack, right? Just a small piece of food. But if they want to eat lunch and get so full, then they should go to this restaurant here, right? So where can Mitch and Steph get lunch? Right here at the lunch restaurant. Okay, very good. Now let's read this together, okay? Where can Mitch and Steph get lunch? Check the map. Okay, we did that and we found it. Now let's go to the next page. That is the end of our story, okay? So Mitch and Steph went so many places today, right? At the beginning, they got a map and they got their clothes and their backpack and their water bottle and their hats. And then they went to walk around. And so they went from school to the park, right? And then they went to the post office, right? And then from the post office, they went to get lunch, right? So that looks like a busy, busy day. See, they went this far, all the way around. Whew, they must be tired. That's why they wanted to get lunch, right? Okay, so we'll erase this. We can just review one more time, right? They went to the school. Then they went to the park. And then they went to the post office. And then they went to get lunch, right? Okay, very good. So now let's talk about comprehension, okay? Comprehension just sees if you understand what we just read. So, main topic and key details. The main topic is what the selection is about. Key details give information about the main topic. Now, find text evidence. The selection is about how to use a map. Find a detail about the school in Mitch and Steph's town. So when we read the book, you remember we saw the detail. This place has red bricks, right? So that is a key detail because it gives information about the main topic, right? So let's read all of this together, and then we can talk more about the main topic and key details on the next page, okay? Comprehension. Main topic and key details. The main topic is what the selection is about. Key details give information about the main topic. Find text evidence. The selection is about how to use a map. Find a detail about the school in Mitch and Steph's town. Page 98. This place has red bricks. Okay, so if the main topic is about how to use a map, then a detail, this place has red bricks, makes it easier for us to find the place on the map, right? Yeah. Okay. So let's go to the next page. Okay, now we're going to do a main topic and detail chart. But they already did it for us today, so we are just going to read and learn, okay? All right, so the main topic, how to use a map to find places in town, okay? So detail 1, the school has red bricks. The school is on the map, okay? So let's go back up here. So if we were looking at this map and we received the detail that said the school has red bricks, could you find this school on this map? I think you could, right? Because these are all white buildings White buildings, purple, white. Here's a building with red bricks, right? White building, playground, white building, gray, white. Oh, here's another building that's red, but we see this says fire station, right? So that's where the firemen work. So that must mean that this is the school, right? So that piece of information or that detail gave us enough information to find the school on the map, right? Yeah, very good. Okay, now let's go down to the next page, next detail. The playground is by the lake. The playground is on the map. So let's go back up. So we can see that this map only has one lake, right? Only one lake. So we know that this isn't the playground because the lake is way over here. So the only place by the lake is right here, right? And so that's how we know this is the playground. So that's a very good detail, right? It helped us find the playground on the map. All right, let's go to the next page. Next question. So detail. The post office has a big box. The post office is on the map. All right, let's go and look one more time. So now if I said the post office has a big box in front of it, right? This is a little harder because we have to look at every building. But if we spend some time, we can find the post office, right? So no box, no box, no box, no box, no box, no box. No box here, no box here, no box there, no box there. Nope, nope, no, 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 no box. There's a box, right? So we can use that detail to find the post office on this map, okay? So even if the building on the map doesn't have a name, if we have some key details, like what it looks like, or what street intersection it's on, for example, here and here, if we knew this street intersection, we could find the school. Or if we can see pictures and see that there's a box in front of the post office, we know this is the post office, right? Okay. So now let's read all of this together, okay? Main topic, how to use a map to find places in town. Detail, the school has red bricks. The school is on the map. Detail, the playground is by the lake. The playground is on the map. Detail, the post office has a big box. The post office is on the map. Okay, very good. Yeah, very good. Now let's go to the next part. Your turn. Talk about the main topic in details in which way on the map. So we just did that, right? But let's read this to practice reading, okay? Your turn. Talk about the main topic in details in which way on the map. Okay, now we're almost done. Let's go to this page, and then we have one more page after this, okay? Writing and grammar. Readers 2. Ideas. Chad decided on an idea. Then he wrote sentences to explain details about it. Okay. This hat shop is by a bank. It sells ball caps for children. It sells sports hats for men and women too. Okay. So your turn. Tell what details Chad used to explain his idea. All right, let's read this together. Writing and grammar. Readers 2. Ideas. Chad decided on an idea. Then he wrote sentences to explain details about it. Chad's sentences. This hat shop is by a bank. It sells ball caps for children. It sells sports hats for men and women too. Your turn. Tell what details Chad used to explain his idea. Okay, so what was the main idea here? If you have an idea, raise your hand. Oh, I want you to tell me. What is the main idea? Yes, the main idea is that Chad is writing about a hat shop, right? So that is the main idea. Now let's talk about the details, okay? So does Chad tell us the detail of where the hat shop is located? Yeah, he tells us it's by a bank, right? So what other details does Chad tell us? If you have an idea, raise your hand. Oh, I want you to tell me. Yes, another detail is that the hat shop sells ball caps for children, right? Yeah. Another detail is that it sells sports hats for men and women too, right? So here's detail number 1, here's detail number 2, and here's detail number 3, okay? So we can see that Chad had an idea or a main idea, and then he wrote details about that main idea, right? Yeah. Okay, so let's read all of this together now. Writing and grammar. Readers 2. Chad decided on an idea. Then he wrote sentences to explain details about it. Chad's sentences. This hat shop is by a bank. It sells ball caps for children. It sells sports hats for men and women too. Your turn. Tell what details Chad used to explain his idea. Okay. So everyone understands now? The main idea was the hat shop, and the details were the location by a bank, that it sells ball caps for children, and it sells sports hats for men and women too. Okay? So let's erase this and go to the next page. Writers. Okay. Irregular plural nouns. Some nouns that name more than one do not end in S or ES, right? It sells ball caps for children. So you can see that child is used when there is only one, right? So if there is one, so if there's one child, we say, if there's only one, we say child, right? One child. If there's 2 or 3 or 4, we say 2 children, okay? Or 3 children, right? Usually, we can add an S, because you see here, ball caps, right? So we take cap, which is 1 cap, and we add an S to make 2 caps, or 3 caps, or 4 caps. But for child, we make a different change. We say children, okay? This is hard, but it just takes time to practice. And as you remember it, you will get it right every time, okay? So, your turn. Look at Chad's sentences. Find another plural noun that does not end in S or ES. Write a new sentence using a plural noun that does not end in S or ES. Okay? So let's read all of this together first. Writers. Irregular plural nouns. Some nouns that name more than one do not end in S or ES. It sells ball caps for children. Child is used when there is only one. Your turn. Look at Chad's sentences. Find another plural noun that does not end in S or ES. Write a new sentence using a plural noun that does not end in S or ES. Okay, so let's go up here and find another plural noun that does not end in S or ES. So this hat shop is by a bank. It sells ball caps. Oh, that ends in S, right? For children. So there's one, but we already learned that one below. It sells sports hats for men. Men and women too, right? So man is when there's one. When there's 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 100, we say men, right? Or we can say women. Instead of saying, we say one woman. Let me type this. We say one man and one woman, right? But if we have more than one, it becomes men and women, okay? So one other example we will do here. So we can say there, there is one person in front of me. There's one person in line in front of me, a bank. Okay, so when you go to the bank, if you wait in line, you can say there is one person in line in front of me. Okay, now if you want to say 2 or 3, you have to use the word people. Okay, so there are 3 people playing at the park, playing the playground, right? So we can see that if it's one, it's person. If it's more than one, it's people, okay? So let's read this together. There is one person in line in front of me at the bank. There are 3 people playing at the playground. Okay, so that is our lesson for today. When you read, this week when you're reading, it's your job to find a couple more irregular plural nouns that end in something other than S or ES, okay? So when you're reading this week, at school or in our lessons, make sure to look for those words, okay? Because then when you write, you'll remember which words are irregular and which words are normal and end in S or ES, okay? So that's all for our lesson today. So now it's time to say bye-bye. And I will see you later, okay? All right, bye-bye. Bye-bye.